Should you bug out or stay put? Pick wrong, and you might walk straight into danger or get trapped right where you are. This is how I make that decision. No hype, no fantasy, just real world prepping. Welcome to Prepper's Paradigm, your channel dedicated to practical prepping and disaster preparedness. I use a computer-generated voice because my own is hard to understand due to an injury. Today's video is about one of the biggest questions preppers face: bug out or bug in. You'll hear what I do, why I do it, and when each choice makes sense. I'll break down the risks, the benefits, and the mistakes that get people killed. This isn't about fear. It's about staying ready, staying smart, and surviving whatever comes. Bugging in means staying right where you are, and that's usually at home. It's the first choice for most preppers, and for good reason. When you bug in, you've got your full stockpile of food, water, gear, and tools. You've got shelter. You know the layout. You've secured entry points. You've likely prepared for power outages, heating, and defense. This is your ground. You control it. Bugging in also means less exposure. You're not out there walking into someone else's problem or getting stuck in a traffic jam while the clock ticks down. But it's not always the right move. Some threats can make your home a trap. If your neighborhood turns violent, if there's a chemical spill, or if you're facing extreme weather or wildfire, you could run out of time and options fast. The key is knowing when bugging in goes from smart to dangerous. That's where planning and situational awareness come in. Bugging out means leaving your home to reach a safer location. Some folks think it sounds exciting, like heading into the woods to live off the land. But in reality, bugging out is risky, exhausting, and often your last resort. When you bug out, you carry what you can. That means limited food, limited water, and limited gear. You're exposed to the elements. You're on the move while others are panicking, looting, or trying to escape just like you. Roads may be jammed, fuel may run out, law enforcement might be overwhelmed or gone. You could face checkpoints, looters, or worse. But there are times when bugging out makes sense. If your area is under mandatory evacuation, or there's a fast-moving wildfire, chemical disaster, or immediate threat, staying put could be a death sentence. In those cases, the sooner you move, the better your chances. Bugging out doesn't always mean going off-grid forever. It might mean heading to a cabin, a friend's house, or even a hotel 2 towns over while things calm down. What matters is having a destination, a route, and a backup plan. The bottom line: bugging out trades stability for mobility. Sometimes that's what you need, but only if the danger at home is worse than what's out there. For me, the decision to bug out or bug in comes down to threat, timing, and options. I don't rely on one hard rule. I read the situation and act accordingly. If the power goes out, but the neighborhood stays quiet, I stay put. I prep for that. My home is stocked, secure, and I can ride it out. If a wildfire or hurricane is heading toward me and I've got early warning, I get out ahead of the crowd. Waiting too long means getting stuck or forced to make dangerous choices. If there's civil unrest 5 blocks away, I keep my gear ready and monitor closely. I prep for both outcomes, leaving or staying, until the situation becomes clear. If an EMP hit without warning or something else caused a widespread grid down, I'd hunker down. Roads would be a mess. People would be panicking. Unless the threat forced me out, I'd hold position and wait for a clearer picture. I've bugged out once. I've bugged in through several major storms and infrastructure failures. Each time, the decision came down to the same 3 things. How bad is it? How fast is it moving? And what are my real options? Making that call ahead of time and rehearsing it mentally saves you from freezing when it counts. Whether I stay or go, my gear stays ready. I keep a fully stocked bug out bag near the door. It's packed with 72 hours of food and water, a water filter, shelter options, clothing, first aid, and tools I trust. Even if I don't plan to leave, that bag's ready in case I have no choice. There's also a get home bag in my vehicle. If something happens while I'm away, I want the gear to get back safely, even if I have to walk. At home, I've hardened entry points, secured backup power, and stored enough supplies for months. That includes water storage and purification, off-grid cooking options, and layered defense. I know my routes out of town, and I've scouted them. I have alternatives if bridges are down or roads are blocked. I don't rely on GPS. I use printed maps and written notes. I've got multiple rally points marked if I get separated from anyone I trust. My bug-out gear stays discreet. Nothing bright or flashy. Nothing that screams, "This guy has supplies." The last thing you want is attention. Whether I stay or go, the goal is the same. Stay alive, stay supplied, and stay out of trouble. Get this decision wrong, and you might not get another chance. Leave too early, and you could run straight into danger. You give up your supplies, your shelter, and your ground. You risk getting stranded, injured, or targeted while out in the open. Stay too long, and you could find yourself trapped. Roads may be blocked. Help may never come. If fire, flood, or violence closes in, you won't have time to pack or plan. You'll be running blind. That's why the choice to bug in or bug out should never be made in the moment. You've got to plan ahead, understand the risks in your area, and keep your gear and your mind ready. The people who freeze or panic are the ones who didn't think it through. You don't want to be one of them. For me, bugging in is the default. If I've prepped well, my home is the safest place to be. That's where I've got supplies, tools, shelter, and control. About 80% of the time, I plan to stay put, but I never lock myself into that choice. I watch for early warning signs, and if I see a window to get out before things go bad, I'll take it. I let the situation guide my decisions. Every threat is different. Fires move fast. Storms give some warning. Civil unrest can spread overnight. You've got to read it as it unfolds. That mindset keeps you flexible, alert, and alive. Let me know, what's your strategy for deciding whether to stay or go? Drop it in the comments. If this helped you think through your own strategy, hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. For gear lists, bug out bag checklists, and more prepping guides, head over to the website. The link's in the description below. Thanks for watching Prepper's Paradigm. Stay ready, stay prepared, and stay sharp.